Can you hear us now?
Look around, everybody.
No sound. Okay.
No sound. Well, I think that's what my voice sounds like.
That's the thing. This is honestly what Matt Steele sounds like anyway. So you
Yeah.
probably... Oh my God, guys. I am over the moon. The fact that we just watched Beyonce... We just watched Beyonce win this fucking award.
We just watched Beyonce
Can you
win
believe
album,
that?
The highest honor you can achieve at the Grammys.
I cannot believe she did it. I cannot believe the world was able to watch, and we were able to watch.
We were able to watch here together.
That was...
Oh my God, what a good day.
A good day, a perfect moment. You will see our video reaction on YouTube tomorrow. It is about fucking time. Yes, we filmed our reaction. We were sitting right here in these chairs.
No, we were on it.
Because it's been, remember how we have our reaction of our fucking Lemonade reaction to her losing, and then our reaction of her losing for Renaissance.
What horseshit.
That complete horseshit. And now we are here today to talk about the greatness and the fact that Beyonce finally fucking won. And I know people are like, oh my God, she has so many Grammys. Why do you even care if she wins this? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, because it's the biggest award of the night.
Because it's the biggest award of the night.
And she has made the album of the year so many times over.
Because she is the best person in the music industry. Sorry. And so she deserves the highest honor.
She does. And she got it. And the thing is, at the pre-show, she was losing a bunch of awards.
I know.
And I was like,
Listen, I do love The Architect by Casey Musgraves.
The Architect's beautiful.
But that win made me a little nervous.
I was nervous. Yes. It was nerve-wracking. And she lost the Americana song to a young lady who I believe swept everything in Americana. But Yaya was nominated, I think, for Best Americana Song. It didn't win.
Okay. Well, congratulations to that lady.
We love her. I think Sierra, I want to say.
Sierra, congratulations.
Not Sierra 1-2-Step.
No.
But different Sierra.
S-I.
Yes.
S-I-E is the white one.
Yes.
That's the white Sierra.
Do you want to tell the people what's going on with your voice?
Oh, God, I lost my voice. I do it all the time. Get out of here.
He's okay.
I'm okay.
No, not too much on Billy's album. We're not. I'm not. Hey, congrats to Billy.
We love Billy.
She didn't, win tonight. I don't think she won an award tonight, but great performance. Yes. She sounded good.
Listen, Billy has a lot of Grammys. Okay,
she does.
Billy's okay.
Billy has an album of the year Grammy.
Billy has an album of the year, 2 record of the years, a song of the year. She's fine.
She has 2 Oscars.
She has 2 fucking Oscars. And she's 23. Billie Eilish will be fine. Okay.
Billie Eilish will always be fine.
Yes, we love.
Guys, abracadabra thoughts. I mean, we've only watched it once. We're gonna watch it again after this, probably.
I know.
We have to. Spoiler alert! It's so good.
Gaga.
This is the Gaga we've been praying for, and the fact that she's just like 2 options: dance or die. It's just like okay.
Honestly, Gaga, I'd love to do both with you.
Honestly, we will die with a smile listening to Abracadabra.
Yes,
that is a
beautiful
song. That pre-chorus is everything.
That music video. Unreal.
I can't wait to experience it again. What a weekend.
I know. Even the firefighter was gagged. She was like...
She was. And I was like, what does that mean? I couldn't tell.
I knew it was Beyonce.
Did you?
Well, she looked right at her.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and she was probably like, I never thought I would ever award Beyonce or something in my life.
That was... This was a great night.
This was a great night. Do I post on social media that we're live?
Yeah, if you want to. Post that we're live.
God.
Tell the people.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Me.
Guys, I have no voice.
Yes.
But Beyonce has an album of the year win. We just reacted to it and we're about to go live. Oh wait, we aren't about to go live. We are live right now. Live. Say hi to the people.
Hello,
come
everybody.
Join us. We are going insane right now.
We are.
Join us.
That was a great Grammy Awards, and that was
it was the best Grammy Awards.
I mean, it was the great Grammy Awards even before Beyonce won. Like the performances, we'll get into it. Doechii is a superstar.
Oh my Jesus!
Doechii is a superstar. And the thing is, we just did a little Patreon reaction that'll be up tomorrow on Tuesday. Oh, by the way, Vinny might be coming back to Patreon. We love it,
Vinny.
But yes, no, we will. So we watched our Doechii stuff late last week, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited to see what she's going to do on the Grammys. And she was unbelievable. Like a performer.
Unreal. Like...
Well, guys, Steele lost his voice. Dylan's asking why does Steele's voice sound
it's fine. I explained it.
Kind of sexy. Someone's into it.
I always sound sexy. Thank you.
Oh, I don't know if that's my... Doechii's my girl. She was great. Doechii, yeah, no. And Ray's... I mean, we'll talk about it during the podcast. Phenomenal. Ray's performance was unbelievable.
Phenomenal. It was so good.
And
so
we
good.
Just saw our girl win.
I know.
After all of this time.
Oh God, we're so blessed.
We're so blessed. So glad I finally caught a live. Love you both and enjoy your videos. Love from
Oh,
Florida. Thank you so much.
Florida.
Ray was unbelievable, guys. And this is what I'm saying is my mom's been standing Ray forever, and this is the reason. Ray was everything. This was the worst Grammys of all time. Taylor got ripped off 0 awards. Taylor has won.
Wishing you the best, girl.
Not me trying to be nice and you just being like, oop.
Girl, she has 4 Album of the Year wins.
She has a lot of Album of the Year wins. The beginning was great, then it fell off hard. I disagree. That end was the best part for me. Literally. Oh, that was a moment. That was a moment.
Oh my God.
You guys, I almost forgot it was over. So blessed, amazingly blessed. I'm a little sad that Billy didn't win anything for Hit Me Hard and Soft. That's true. We will react to Abracadabra after this. I mean, the thing is, we should probably get to the podcast sooner rather than later. It's late for us.
Oh, it sure is.
And
I'm gonna let me post all this.
Okay,
crap,
post all your things
and then,
tell me when it's time.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready. Okay. But yeah, no, this was a wonderful moment.
I'm so
a wonderful night.
I'm so happy we're here.
I'm so happy we're all here.
I'm so happy I'm gay.
Right.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy I'm gay. It's amazing. Like and subscribe. It's true. All the pop girlies did their things. Kendrick swept. That's wild.
Love it.
Good for Kendrick. I didn't see record and song coming. I was like, oh, I could see Kendrick winning one, but like winning both. Wild.
When they like went up to when Diana Ross walked up, I was like, I wonder if Kendrick could.
Really?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking.
No, it was amazing. Why is Ray only nominated now? Didn't she get snubbed last year already for this same album? Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe after the Brit Awards, people were finally catching on to Ray, but she's unbelievable. I would have liked one more win for Chapel, but oh well. I'm just glad that Chapel got best.
I'm happy that like Chapel got something, Sabrina got something,
yes.
like new exciting people like got stuff.
Right.
They spread the wealth.
We didn't want it to be someone just wins everything.
Yeah.
Even if it was Beyonce. We're glad that the wealth was spread because the year was a great year for music.
It was a very
Brat
good
won,
year.
yes. Charlie won 3 awards before the show even started.
Yeah.
So it's like we shared the wealth and it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful time. I can't believe we just watched Beyonce win Album of the Year. I'm going to get over it, but not tonight.
I knew it would happen one day.
I mean, I didn't know.
I was confident.
I was not.
I wasn't. Not necessarily like them. I knew it would happen one day.
Did you think it was going to happen tonight?
I did actually.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Just because there wasn't that one like alternate that like all the evil of the 13,000 voters would be like, let's rally behind this one.
Not Dua Lipa found dead. No, Dua's doing fine.
Dua's fine.
She's touring that album, and it has a lot of fans, and that's great. Congrats to the Brad heads. Yes, absolutely. I want the Brad heads to be happy out there. It seems
congratulations to everyone. This was just a celebration of music.
And that's the thing is, don't you think if you were on the CMA's like voting committee, would you not feel like the biggest idiot? Like now that the Grammys have awarded not only Best Country Album to Cowboy Carter, but Album of the Year, would you not be like, ooh,
fucked up.
I made a mistake. I did something wrong. I made a bad choice.
Yeah.
Where was Ariana? You know, they did not give Ariana what she deserved in those general categories, so I get it. I get why she's not. And also, she's preparing to get on stage at the Oscars,
She's
y'all.
getting a facial for the Oscars.
Right.
She's waiting.
We're called angels, and yes, we're happy. CMAs, they don't care. It was one of the best Grammy shows in years. Radical optimism was underrated. CMAs are over. Taylor looked good at the Grammys. Yeah, I thought she looked great.
Oh, yeah.
I liked her dress. Very red. Performances were great.
Performances were good, yeah.
I feel like as far as Grammy telecasts go, this is one of the better ones.
I feel like there were fewer performances.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was less like, let's try to please every single type of viewer.
Okay.
Which like is a nice sentiment,
yeah.
But then it always makes the Grammys 12 hours long.
Right.
And I don't have that time.
No, we don't have the time.
Get to Beyonce.
Get to Beyonce.
We have to get to Beyonce's win.
Always the request. Cynthia and Janelle are fantastic.
So happy.
I'm so happy too. Ari is over music right now. I think that album was a side project and it was still incredible. I don't think she's over music completely, but I mean, if you're getting Oscar talk on your, first
she's
feature
busy
film.
on the campaign,
yeah.
And now there's a slightly better chance she could win that Oscar. So she's like, okay, got to campaign a little more.
She's focused.
She's a little focused.
Wasn't Casey not popular with the country radio even when she was getting mainstream recognition? Absolutely. I think country radio is like very anti-woman. I'm not obviously very plugged in to country or country radio, but yeah, no, I think they're famously not about the ladies, which is too bad because then it's like, oh, I have even less for you.
Well, and they're famously irrelevant.
Oh, well, now we said it.
Because guess who's the best country artist of the year?
Beyonce. And then Casey.
And
you know, she won something. The Grammys this year was actually fun.
Yeah.
Doechii was the best performer. I mean, Doechii was.
So, I mean, we'll talk
about her.
We'll talk about that. Ooh.
Wow. Should we get into it?
Of course we shall.
All right.
Let me.
Yeah. Do you need something?
The hard thing is, like, it's so not like a phlegm thing.
Yeah.
It's so just like, it's just
not there.
Inflammation.
Yeah.
Does
and
it hurt
so
when
it
feels
talk?
like I know.
Okay.
It feels like I need to clear my throat.
Yeah.
There's nothing to clear.
There's nothing.
It's just vast space.
Hey, over the past several weeks, we've been doing our best to stay afloat. But you know, we're here now, Grammys night, and something good happened.
Oh.
And we love that.
I love that. All right.
Get some tea, love. Get Matt some tea.
No, I got to perform.
Okay. Are you ready to perform?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I'm very happy that this is the time we can use these microphones because
Yes?
I can speak quietly.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't want to speak quietly
You
because
don't.
we are now living in a world where Beyonce is an Album of the Year winner.
It is absolutely true. Beyonce won for Album of the Year. Just now, we were recording the podcast directly after this event. And just FYI, if you're hearing Matt Steele, he may have lost his voice over the past several days, but he's happy. And just know the croaking it's positive croaking.
It's the happiest croak. I am the happiest little frog in the pond.
And that's how I'm going to envision you when I listen back to the podcast. I'll just envision a little Matt Steele as
A
frog.
little happy frog in the swamp because I think we're part of the swamp now, if that's what Doechii's fans are called.
Whatever Doechii wants, she can get from us.
She gets from us.
Because, guys, if you haven't watched that Grammy performance or her performance on the Colbert Show, The Late Show, she's a talent.
Yes.
Icon in the making.
And we'll talk about it today.
Yes.
On 2Gay Mats, the podcast.
Okay, some of you are going to get an ad.
Look at all you people on this live stream.
I know. Thank you to the people who are here today.
300
300 of you. Wow.
That is like, what's the math? Like a fifth of the Grammy voting body.
Hey, I love that. The Grammys this year are freaking 8. Hello, Christian. Hi, Black Panther.
Hello. Oh, y'all.
Weekend was crazy.
What a great time.
It was a great time. It was a great time for all of us. Okay. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Bitch, do you think I can start this podcast?
Okay, I'll start. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to 2Gay Mats, the podcast. It's Matt Palmer.
And it's Matt Steele.
And we are back again for another week. We are here podcasting in a world in which Beyonce has won Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter. We've been sitting in these chairs, it seems like for a decade, waiting for Beyonce to win this award, and it finally happened. We're on cloud 9. Matt Steele.
Yeah.
How was your week?
Well. So, okay. Let me tell this. I'm going to be talking so much during this podcast.
I
so
know.
y'all need to buckle up and get ready. So, Matt Palmer obviously was sick the previous week.
I was.
And then we record the podcast. All's going fine. I feel fine. Monday, I will say, I did have a slight tickle.
Uh-oh.
I had a slight, you know, when you have the tickle, that initial tickle.
You don't want, I
like,
hate the tickle.
just where it's, and you don't know where it is. You're like, is it in my nose or is it in my throat? It's a nondescript area, but it tickles nonetheless.
Yes.
And so I was feeling it and I was like, oh no, I'm fucked. Because you know the whole week is just going to be, it's just going to go through the progression.
Yes.
It's going to go to sore throat, to congestion, to cough, whatever. And so I braced myself. But then the next day, I woke up. I felt fine.
I love that.
I was like, oh my God, the gods have spared me.
Beautiful.
I am not sick. It was just a tickle. Who knows what it was? It went away. I scared it away. And I'm going to be fine. I went through the next several days and I was just like, I feel great. What was with that tickle? That tickle? But in the back of my head, I was always like, I'm a little nervous about that tickle a couple days ago. Well, I woke up. No, I actually, it was the end of Friday. I was like, ooh, I feel like my voice is going a little bit. Let me just like relax. I woke up Saturday morning, completely gone, totally gone. So I don't know. I must have, maybe I had like what you had.
Yeah.
It's just that it manifested in me a little differently.
Yeah.
It manifested as something a little more subtle.
Right.
I don't know. But this happens to me often. Like,
Yeah.
Like I'll just like lose my voice without getting like a sickness.
How long does the voice being lost generally last?
Well, it depends on how long I talk on it. And I've been talking nonstop all weekend. It's like, when I always see like older guys, they go to the doctor and the doctor's like, your cholesterol's high.
Yeah.
And so stop eating red meat. But old guys just like, oh, but I want a burger. Or like a doctor's like, you gotta quit smoking. But they're just like, I gotta smoke.
Is that you with talking?
That's it. Like the doctor says, don't talk. But I just cannot talk.
Yeah.
I do it for a living. I work at a restaurant and I tried
Yeah.
getting my shifts covered so I wouldn't have to talk, but no one could cover them. So I had to go to work and I got to talk at 2 gay mats because this is our job now.
That is a job. It's true.
So that was rough, but the rest of the week was very lovely. On Friday, I hung out with Matt Bridges.
Oh,
We had a
how
good
was
time.
he?
Oh, we chatted. It was a lovely time.
Love him.
He's doing well. And I also went to my friends Jasmine and Hannah. They started a jam company, like jam, like jelly.
Oh, I love that.
But there's a difference between jelly and jam or whatever.
I'll never know.
I'll never know either, but
Yeah.
apparently there is. They started a jam company called Jazzy Jams, and it's delicious. They have wonderful flavors. And so check them out on Instagram, Jazzy Jams. They had like a launch event at a bar in like Eagle Rock.
Fun.
Where they were like selling jams with like a charcuterie board at the cafe, and like it was like a cross promotional thing. So I went to that to support them. So yeah, it was a nice week. I got my hair cut.
Looks great.
Thank you very much. And I just eagerly awaited the Beyoncé win that was coming.
I mean, I wish I knew it was coming. I was just, because again, I've been so confident in the past. I'm just happy that there's a happy ending, even if I wasn't able to enjoy the lead up to that, because I was just so nervous.
And we've been getting a string of bad news for a bit. So
for a
it's
while.
been a rough time.
Several months,
but really rough January. And this week especially with all the Oscar stuff that's going on. Ooh, I'm exhausted.
You're going to need to explain all that to me because I did not get it.
All right, well, I hope open up your ears because I'm going to be talking quietly.
Okay, great. Well, we'll get to it soon.
Okay, how was your week? Tell us.
My week was very good. On Friday, I went to our friends Joe and Tim. And Joe put on a Lunar New Year party every year. And so this was the Lunar New Year.
Happy Year of the Snake.
Yes, we were bringing in the Year of the Snake. And so that was very fun. We played a lot of games, including last year also did quite well in there's a money tree. And so you go up and you pull an envelope off the tree. And last year, I don't remember if I got, you're generally going to get a lot of $1 or even $2 bills because that's a very, auspicious number.
I'll take that.
Which we love.
We love.
Last year, I believe I either got $10 or $20. This year, I was the first to go. Looked around. I was like, I like that envelope. $20 in it.
Oh, yes.
Everyone hated me. And I was like, yay! Happy New Year, everybody. So between that and then me and Jackson won a round of bingo. And it was the round that you had to buy in for. It was like, everyone puts in $5, $10 or whatever to play this round. And so I left there, $100 richer than I,
shit.
Then I left $100 richer than when I walked in. And so that was a big moment for me.
Oh my God, losing the voice and playing bingo. We are a couple of old gays.
Hey, if the old gays get to watch Beyonce win Album of the Year, then there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
I know.
So that was a wonderful day for me. And then Saturday was my first free weekend day after being sick. Because I feel because I was pretty sick, no shade, we love everyone, but I was pretty sick. And
why would that be
I don't know, just
shade?
because I don't want to scare anybody out there. Or I was fine, but it was a debilitating sickness. It was I cannot leave my bed for X amount of days.
I called a priest to give him his last rites.
You did.
Yeah.
And so then the Saturday was just very nice because it was okay, I'm going to do a deep clean of the apartment. Jackson was on the west side playing basketball and helping a former neighbor take down some of her Christmas decorations. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a deep clean of the apartment. I'm going to take a nice long walk because it's at the end of the day, it's very much you forget how lovely it is to be healthy until you have just been sick. And so like taking all that in of like, okay, now I'm healthy and the Grammys are coming tomorrow. Like, let me do all of this stuff on Saturday. And we stayed in and we caught up on our Severance and watched some OC and, you know, just watched some television, some Abbott Elementary, got our Drag Race fix. And by the way, if anybody's watching Drag Race out there, I am officially Team Anya Nerve. She is my queen. I think she just has A, great name. B, she just has charisma oozing out of her pores. She's a great singer, great performer, and she is who I also like Susie Toot, who, if anyone's going to be like, oh, Matt Steele is this person on Drag Race this year, it's Susie Toot.
Okay.
She's the curly-haired girl who, like, is very, like, I love the 20s, and I love behaving like a clown, and I can act my fucking face off. All the girls hate her because they're like, I wouldn't wear that dress. You look like a clown. And then she's like, that's the point. It's like a clown and like these are the references and like I can outact you. So get over it.
And she wears the shirt that says, you laugh because I look different. I laugh because you look the same.
Oh, luckily she's not worn that. But that does seem like the vibe. So I like Susie Toot. I like Anya Nerve. I'm trying to think of who else is near my top. Those might be my top two, but if others come to mind, I'll let you know. But yes, it was great to catch up on that. And then today I did some grocery shopping, prepared for Matt Steele to come over. So he and I and Jackson could watch the Grammys all together. And we did just that. And we watched Beyoncé win. We have that on film, so that'll be up on YouTube very soon.
Film. We filmed it on film, not digital.
Not digital, because we knew that this was going to be the year.
It was like Vista Vision, baby.
Absolutely. We had a red camera up in here, bitch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was really beautiful.
A red is digital, but whatever.
Who cares?
Good try.
Sweetie, if you want to know more about cameras, I can teach you
I
because I
know
know the most. But it's just been a lovely, lovely weekend. And the Grammys was what we just watched. And that's Steele. How did you feel about the show overall?
The show was actually really good.
Right?
I sometimes go into the Grammys a little nervous because sometimes they're long.
They are long.
Sometimes they are very long, and
Yes.
which we love because the thing is, we get it. You have to showcase all of the genres, and you have to include all the music fans of all different types of music.
Yes.
Whether it's simply just like a clarinet solo, which is lovely and everything, but that leads for a long ceremony.
It does.
But it was it felt like a pretty like succinct ceremony compared to like other years.
Yeah.
And I was really invested in like all the performances and everything, and the wins I thought were like a nice variety. It wasn't just one person winning everything.
Right. Which is what we wanted, because there was so much good music that came out in the past year that like we really needed to spread the wealth.
Yeah.
And the fact that we got to see during the ceremony, we saw Sabrina win.
Pop vocal album. Chapel win,
Best New Artist.
Kendrick Lamar. I'm very excited that he has some general category wins because he's such a fucking talent. And so he finally has those wins under his belt. So I really appreciate that. Let's get him an album of the win next.
Yes, absolutely. He would be a great album of the year win because it's been too long since a hip hop album has won.
Yeah. What was your favorite performance?
I have a few.
Okay.
But I think if I'm going favorite, capital F, I'm saying Doechii.
Yes. Absolutely.
Doechii.
Well, here's the thing. That whole section, they did a thing of all the new artist nominees minus Chaperone and Sabrina.
Right,
that got their own section. But they did all of those best new artist nominees sort of together.
Yes.
They were all so fucking good.
They were
like
good.
all of them.
Yes.
You had, what's his name? Benson Boone, literally flipping off a piano, doing backflips twice and hitting those notes.
Very high in fucking notes.
You had Ray.
Ray is so good.
Unbelievable, phenomenal. What's his name? Teddy Swims. Is that his name? Phenomenal
Singing.
voice, like excellent. Like all these people were so good. But I mean, since we reacted for our Patreon, we reacted to Doechii's music videos, some of her music videos.
Yes.
And since reacting to those, I can't get her out of my head.
I can't either. She's a superstar.
Is a brilliant performer, and
Yes.
her performance tonight at the Grammys was the performance of the night.
Absolutely.
Like period.
Because it's just like, it's like when we'd watch Kendrick on these award shows.
Yeah.
When you're like, why is, like, because so often you're not expecting a hip hop artist to put on like a theatrical level show. And Doechii is very much in the Kendrick lane of like, oh no, I have the breath control, the dance talent, and like the vision to make something incredible that's going to be more than just like, I'm going to perform my song for you and rap it well. It's like, no, I'll rap it well while doing a fucking crowd surf with my dancers, taking off all my clothes like it's Britney Spears in the years 2000.
I know, she looks so good too.
And oh my God, what a body.
I
mean, I know it's not about that, but she was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I do also think that I've watched many a Chappell Roan performance and have always been like, oh, I'm waiting for her like paparazzi moment. I think this Pink Pony Club was
great.
the best. Like, obviously, she always sounds good, but I loved the little choreo she added in there. I loved the clowns, and like the vision for the staging felt very like, oh, you have a very clear vision for it. Like, I liked her VMA performance of Good Luck Babe, where she's like, you know, in the armor and by the castle and everything. But it seemed like a little more like, okay, we're just putting this up and like you sing the song. And this felt like, oh, there's a storyline. And that's always kind of, and maybe that's me putting too much on her because like people have compared her to Gaga performance-wise.
Yes.
But this was the first time that I felt like, okay.
Oh, she's the storyteller.
Yes, we're telling the story.
And I love she accepted the award with like the dunce cap on, and then in the middle when the hat fell off, she was like, "My hat's gonna fall off, but it's gonna be okay."
But it's fine.
Like so, and then she took the time to say like, "You know what I want? I want like the record labels to offer things like health insurance for especially their developing artists and everything, because I got dropped by my label like when I was very young, and then I was completely screwed. I had no health insurance, and so." Very cool that she said that. Sabrina Carpenter's performance I thought was so charming and so funny.
Yes.
Like, and a great song. I'm so happy for her.
Also, Cynthia Erivo. I know we already know she can sing anything, but her section of the Quincy Jones tribute was absolutely a highlight for me. I think she just is a once-in-a-lifetime vocalist, and to see her sing anything is always exciting.
Yeah.
Truly.
Completely.
And I'm trying to think of what other moments we need to talk about before Album of the Year. Like, were there any wins that surprised you or wins that were like, oh, this is so exciting? Chapel obviously was great. I was surprised that Sabrina got Best Pop Vocal Album. I was like, all right, girl.
It's cute. Yeah.
I was very happy for her there.
Yeah, especially because the Grammys, I feel like, are a little like Billie heavy, like they're very much just like, well, yeah, she does pop music, but she's like quote unquote serious, you know. But you know, if she had won that, it would have been just like, it's an excellent album, like Billie's album. So, but it was a cute, like interesting surprise that Sabrina, like an album that's so breezy and charming.
Yes, and like comedic, like her whole lyrical comedy is maybe sometimes you think of the Grammys as being kind of stuffy and taking themselves very seriously.
Sure.
And so to see them award Sabrina was nice. Oh, someone is pointing out Gaga's speech when she won for Best Pop Duo Group, and she shouted out the trans community, said that she loved them and that queer people deserve support. It really is, in these times which we find ourselves back in, it's nice to see someone like Gaga, who has never wavered from being an advocate and an ally for queer people and trans people, be so vocal and outspoken in a time where, you know, trans people are beaten down as a part of politics as on the regular, and the fact that we need to have people on stage even reminding us of this is still like shocking in 2025.
I know, yeah.
But it was a beautiful thing to say.
Yeah,
I love that
absolutely. And I mean, I guess we'll talk later about the abracadabra.
I mean, we could talk about it now.
Holy shit.
Guys.
Okay, so Lady Gaga's like, okay, I'm premiering a song during the commercials for the Grammys. And you're thinking, oh, it's going to be a little snippet of a song.
Right.
No, a MasterCard commercial starts, and then she proceeds to play the entire music video. Not just a music video.
Right.
Like the best music video she has released in
12 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say Born This Way era, art pop era. Like, this is the Gaga that everyone gets mad at me for missing and enjoying. But you hear this melody, you hear that intro, you hear that pre-chorus, and you're like, this could stand next to Venus. This could stand next to the greatest, like, you know, the monsters of the world, the Dance in the Darks of the world.
And
like,
she is dance.
Oh,
just she and all of her little gays around her are just doing crazy things with their bodies.
Yes.
And it's like, Gaga, there you are.
There you are.
Oh, my love, how I've missed you.
I've missed her so.
It's so good. It's just
so good. I can't wait to watch it again. We were big Disease fans, but I think Abracadabra is even better.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, I just remember, and it was the way I was reacting to it when we were first seeing it. It's like the best thing about like the best Gaga shit is like you're laughing and loving it.
Yes.
It's like, this is so preposterous and also excellent.
So like she is committing so hard to it.
Like she's opening with that giant like red leather outfit, the cap, and being like, we must dance or die.
And it's like, yes, we must.
I believe the floor was lava at a point in that lyric, and I'm just like, yes, 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 and yes. I am so into Abracadabra.
Yeah.
And LG7 can't come quickly enough. Mayhem, which is officially the title, and I believe it's now coming out on March 7th. And we will be sitting right here listening to it and getting our fucking lives. Because if this is the level of music we're getting on this record,
It's gonna be an era.
pause fucking up, bitch.
Oh my God, we're back.
I'm so ready.
We are back. Haven't you missed gay us?
I know, right?
We haven't been gay in so long.
I don't think that's true. We have a lot of videos that will refute that, but I'm thrilled and over the moon.
Yeah.
With Abracadabra.
I'm thrilled.
But then,
guys, the event of the century.
we are getting to the end of the show, and we find out, okay, the LA Firefighters will be presenting the award for Album of the Year.
They really are lifesavers.
They are absolutely lifesavers.
In more ways than one.
And it was one of those things where it was like, of course, the music care events were, it was kind of hard to watch seeing this footage that like we've seen before, but it's like, it's just so heartbreaking, the amount of devastation. So the fact that they got a chance to be on stage and really feel the love of the crowd, because like, you must be a monster to be like anti the fire department, especially after what has occurred. And I just hope that they feel the love and respect all the time, and not just when they're presenting an Album of the Year win, but when we get on stage and we're going through all the nominees. And I'm like, okay, Billie didn't win for Best Pop Vocal Album. Like, Sabrina won. Could she win Album of the Year? That doesn't feel right to me. Like, who is the other person that could take this away from Beyonce?
Yeah.
Because I've just seen it so many times.
Yeah.
It be taken underneath her nose that I just wasn't sure that it was all going to go the way we wanted. But then, and
that firefighter lady
she was gagged.
She was going nuts.
Out of her mind.
I know.
And she like couldn't even say Cowboy Carter. It like fell out of her mouth.
The thing I love is when she's putting out fires, she's so ready. She's so stoic.
Right.
And she's just pulling that hose, and she's just like, yes, I am cool as a cucumber. I'm doing what I was trained to do.
Yes.
But when you present Album of the Year to Beyonce,
right,
she wasn't ready.
Yes.
She was just like,
none of us were ready, because we have watched this woman get overlooked in this specific category so many times. I know I've said it like a billion times on the mic tonight, but I just am so happy that I got to experience a moment in which the album that I thought was the best of the year actually
of course,
won.
that's always a pleasure.
But the fact that this person who has put so much of her life's work into creating these albums that have been masterpieces since 2013 and B-Day, the fact that she's finally getting awarded with what she has deserved so many times over. Like, you could tell, especially when she won for Best Country Album, when Taylor Swift very kindly gave her that honor, she was legitimately surprised.
Yeah.
She was like, the CMAs didn't nominate me for anything. I'm not performing tonight. I'm just going to be here, be in my seat, and smiling at whoever wins.
Yeah.
She didn't know this was going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
And to watch it, to be with her digitally, was really a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
It really is. And because the thing is, like, everyone's always like, but she has more Grammys than anyone. Like, why is it such a big deal that she wins Album of the Year? And it's like, because it is the highest honor.
Exactly.
And if the Grammys are the highest honor in music, Album of the Year is the highest honor of that.
Yes.
And Beyonce specifically, everyone who makes an album now is chasing Beyonce.
Right.
Beyonce is putting albums out like other people aren't. And it's not just, the music is excellent. It's more than that. It's she changes our minds of what we think albums are and can be.
Yes.
In whether it's in their release, whether it's in their promotion, whether it is in their actual like music.
Yes.
Or there's storytelling capabilities. Like, Beyonce is doing all of that. And so if anyone on this planet deserves an Album of the Year Grammy Award, it is Beyonce.
And she has one.
She has
one.
What the hell do we fight for now?
I don't know. I'm fine to rest. I don't need to be fighting all the time.
I need to rest my voice.
You do. You can rest that voice. Now just rest my weary head.
That's true.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about the Grammys before we jump into, a couple of other news for idiots?
Congratulations to everyone.
Yes, congratulations to everyone.
Especially us.
Especially us. We were somehow the biggest winners of the night.
We really were.
And speaking of Beyonce, last night she decided to edit the Beyonce Bowl on Netflix.
Yeah.
Add a little, postscript at the very end of that 13-minute performance. And she announced very quickly that the Cowboy Carter Tour is upcoming. This clearly seems to have been the announcement that was going to happen on the 14th before she delayed it because of the LA fires.
Well, she didn't say that.
She didn't, but girl, it was. It was. I'm telling you. You don't need to have her say it. I will tell you.
Okay.
That's what it was.
All right.
She posted on her Instagram. We get a picture of her with very blonde braids, bleached blonde eyebrows, just saying Cowboy Carter Tour upcoming. And so Matt Steele,
Yeah.
as far as announcements go,
Yeah.
how do you feel?
I'm very happy for the people who wanted a tour. And listen, I'm sure that tour will be nothing short of extraordinary.
Yes.
But I think if she had just originally announced, hey, there's a tour, and just dropped the visuals of the tour, I would have been so excited and everything. I don't think we needed the anticipation with the dates, because when you announce a date, I'm assuming like a date to get ready for an announcement of some kind. I'm anticipating you are about to drop something we've never seen before. So
we haven't seen the Cowboy Carter Tour.
We've seen a Beyonce tour. Okay. And look, I get it. The tour, all tours are different, yada, yada, yada.
He doesn't believe that.
It's scaffolding to me. I don't know.
Christ.
Look, yes, they're all different. And I'm positive this tour will be probably the greatest show on earth.
It will.
But just if you're going to announce a date where you're looking forward to that date, I'm expecting something that is something that I haven't seen before.
You've not seen the Cowboy Carter Tour
Well, I'm not
before.
seeing it now. The announcement happened, and I'm not seeing it now.
I will be seeing it when it is happening in the world.
When there is it. So I was expecting a residency. I was expecting a residency at the Sphere or something.
But why, I don't understand why that is more exciting than Beyonce being on tour.
It's not, but it's at least it's something different.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm thrilled. I'm excited.
I'm thrilled as
I
well.
will be there.
But as far as announcements go, I don't know if we needed the date anticipation.
Any sort of anticipation was exciting for me. And I'm just excited to go see the show. I'm excited to see if she puts it out in theaters again. I'll go watch it there. Wherever she wants me to see it, I will see it. And I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy.
We're going to have a great time.
We really are.
Is there going to be another Cowboy Carter movie?
There could be. If she decides she wants to put one out, then yes.
Sure.
So, Matt Steele, over the course of the past week.
Oh, God, I'm so fucking tired.
There has been so much news around this specific Oscar nominee.
Yeah.
And I have not been able to understand it. I think my brain was so focused on, is Beyonce winning tonight, that I couldn't grasp. I couldn't understand fully exactly what's happening. But from what I understand, Karla Sofía Gascón, who is a trans actress who is in Emilia Perez, I believe she has old tweets that have gone viral, including one where she may or may not call Selena Gomez a rat.
That one is apparently fake.
That one's fake. Okay.
That one's apparently doctored.
I guess they're may be racist. I need you to explain to me why I'm seeing new news about this actor every day. And now that I see that she, I believe, is going to be doing a sit-down interview that was not arranged via the movie's PR, but just was arranged on her own. What's happening?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I need to know.
Okay, so Karla Sofía Gascón, very talented actress, great in Emilia Perez, first trans woman nominated for an acting Oscar. Wonderful.
Yes.
She's not shy on social media.
That's too bad.
And Emilia Perez has a lot of people who rally against it on social media.
Okay.
Some people aren't happy with how it depicts Mexicans. Some people aren't happy with how it depicts the transgender journey. Some people aren't happy with just the mere production of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And things in the movie. And so she likes to bring up the haters.
Sure.
She's very much, which is kind of just interesting choice. Because a lot of times, the Hollywood actresses don't really do that.
Yeah,
but
you can
she's different. She's Spanish.
Sure.
She's European. European artists are built differently.
Sure.
They like to fight too. And so she was always very fun on social media.
Okay.
On Tuesday, she is doing an interview where she's saying, you know, Fernanda Torres, who's also nominated for leading actress at the
Who I saw apologize for doing blackface.
yeah,
Is
that was
right?
a whole years ago. She did
Okay.
it on like a sketch or whatever.
All right.
Yeah, you know, and so Karla Sofía Gascón is doing this interview, and she's like, you know, Fernanda Torres, brilliant actress, and I'm so thrilled for her, and I've met her, and she's such a wonderful woman. But you know, the people like working with her are coming at me on social media, and it's really like hard and everything. And listen, there are a lot of people, you know, coming at Karla, whether they
Okay.
are the Ariana stans or like just like people who don't like Amelia Perez. And so some people took what she said as the people working with Fernanda, aka her actual PR team.
Oh, okay.
Clearly what she meant was the fans of Fernanda Torres are coming at me. So, but you know, because there's that messy wordage, a lot of people were trying to say like, she needs to have her Oscar nomination rescinded because she went against the rules, because there's a rule you can't spread false information about a fellow nominee to like try to discourage people from voting for them. So Karla had to clarify, like, no, I meant just the fans of Fernanda. I did not mean Fernanda and her team.
Got it. Okay.
So I thought, okay, that was squashed.
Yeah, I thought we were done.
No. The next morning, some tweets were discovered
Oh, Lord.
from years ago where Karla says there's some tweets that talk about religious extremism, and she talks about like, oh, she's like Catholicism, Christianity, blah blah blah. If it's extreme, like I'm against it and everything. But she does have a lot of tweets about Islam,
Okay.
especially about the Muslim population in Spain.
Okay.
And there's like one tweet where she essentially says something like, in the English translation is, how many more times will history have to expel the Moors from Spain? We have not yet realized what this threat of civilization means, which constantly attacks the freedoms and coherence of an individual. It's not about racism, it's about Islam. Like just a lot of stuff about like Islam as a whole. And which is like, oh no.
Yeah, no.
There is a tweet about the 2021 Oscar ceremony, which is the one that was at the train station because of COVID, so it had to be scaled down.
Right.
And a lot of smaller movies were nominated that year. A lot of movies that were about social issues and stuff like that. And so she had a tweet essentially insinuating that these Oscars were too quote unquote woke.
Oh.
She didn't use that wording because that's, you know, they don't say that in Europe, but she was essentially just like, I feel like I was watching like the Women's March and like all this stuff. I feel like I was watching a Black Lives Matter show.
Oh.
And she said, I think something to the extent of I was watching an Afro-Korean parade or something like that.
Oh, my.
Because Ye Jung-yoon won for Minari, and you know also there were a lot of black winners.
And that was upsetting to her?
I don't know. She essentially was just saying this. Who knows? Whatever what the context was. And she has another tweet about George Floyd. Which
Okay, I think I'm out on earth. I think that's
yeah, it's where the second half of the tweet, you can tell she's trying to have some sort of like quote unquote balanced idea of what's going on, essentially trying to say like this event is just sort of emboldening racists, and it's also emboldening people who think all cops are murderers, which neither is true, neither side is right. But the first half of the tweet is essentially talking about George Floyd, and she's like, I feel like all these George Floyd protests, by the way, George Floyd, an addict and a hustler, like she feels the need to call this man who was murdered an addict and a hustler, like just stuff like that. And just very aggressive tweets, most of which that are controversial are dealing with Islam and the Muslim population, especially in Spain, which I know is like a contentious point in, you know, Europe. And so a lot of people are wondering what this means for the Oscar campaign.
I was going to ask
no,
you
well,
that.
obviously she is not going to win.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, she was never the front runner to win leading actress, but a lot of people are. The thing is, all this like Oscar drama that's like online, Oscar voters rarely see it.
okay.
So it rarely affects Oscar voters' minds. This is something Oscar voters are seeing because it's like news that's in Variety. It's in all the trades, the Hollywood Reporter and stuff like that. So a lot of people are wondering if this will affect Amelia Perez's chances in various different categories.
I was going to say, would it affect Zoe Saldana, do you think?
That's what some people are wondering, which would be a
Jesus.
shame because Zoe Saldana has nothing to do with these
Right.
tweets. Like, and she gives a fantastic performance. Her performance should stand on its own, but you know how some people vote, you know, they are, some people might just be like, well, I'm not watching that movie, you know, and
Right.
just not even see it, you know? And so, you know, people thought there was a chance it could win Best Picture. People definitely don't think that now.
Right.
People even think it could not win international feature. They think it could go to I'm Still Here. So like it's really tanking the movie's campaign as a whole. I'm sure Netflix is shitting bricks. I know Karla is scheduling interviews where she's like apologizing and stuff like that and sort of explaining herself and blah, 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 blah. It's just a giant mess.
I was
And
gonna say.
it's a damn shame.
Well, I hope that after however many interviews she's scheduled, that she decides not to continue speaking about this. I feel like the best thing she can do now is be a little quiet, have the Oscars go by, and hopefully she has not already tanked her movie.
Yeah.
Even though, like, you know, people have their issues with the movie, but like it would be a shame if it didn't get a fair shot because of her actions, her tweets, her views that she made very public.
Because of one person being an idiot and just spouting off like nonsense online, which a lot of grown adults do.
Which is like, maybe we don't need to do that. There
Yeah.
are things I love to say, send yourself an email. They're just things that the internet doesn't need to hear.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of my more boomer opinions because Gen Z loves to like everything that crosses the mind goes on the internet.
But the boomers are the ones that really love to like spout their very big opinions with no punctuation.
Also true.
And so it's just created a giant mess, and I can't believe we still have an entire month of Oscar campaigning
know.
to go. Who knows how this will all unfold? You'll hear more about it on Two Gay Mats.
Absolutely you will. Absolutely
it's
you
just
will.
so stressful.
I mean, it's a stressful time. I mean, I feel like I had at least one other story that we were going to talk about, but I have forgotten what it was. Do you remember what I was going to say?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, no, those were the three. Is there any other news for idiots you'd like to share with the people?
These were big things of news.
Those were the big things of
So,
news. It was a
yeah.
lot of Grammy talk for obvious reasons.
Grammy and Oscar talk. Award season is the best.
It really
it's
is.
stressful, and it's slowly killing me, as you
thing
can
is-
hear. But
It's the best when things go right.
Sure.
Because, you know, I've been on this podcast squealing about when things have gone wrong at the Grammys, and tonight's not one of those nights.
No.
So everything is great. Everything is beautiful over here in 2K Matt's Land. Is there anything else you want to tell the people before we take a quick break?
oh god, watch it next week. We're just like everything's horrible.
Let us be happy.
Let's be
Let's have
happy.
a happy moment.
Let's have a happy moment. We're gonna take a break, revel in the happiness, and we'll be back.
Yes, we'll be right back. Cute. Okay. Yes or no, best Grammys ever? I mean, it was a good one. It's the best Grammys in recent memory. Because, like, just seeing Beyonce win. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep saying it because it's still true. Seeing Beyonce win was a highlight of my year, my life. It just was a beautiful moment.
Ooh.
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. The last time. That's
long time
a
ago.
long. It can never be that long again, guys. Grammys.
Doechii next year.
Doechii next year.
Next, we're gonna be fighting for Doechii. until
Absolutely.
she wins. Yeah,
Because she's a superstar, guys.
yeah, she really is really fantastic.
She's so good. She's so good. Did we get some emails this week?
We got, I think, a couple.
Oh, nice.
I think
Okay.
like
I might
two.
think we might have some. Did y'all like the Charlie's performance? I mean, the performance was fine. Those were not either of the songs that I would have wanted to hear. Because what was it? It was Von Dutch and
Von Dutch and Guess.
Guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have preferred 360. I would have preferred original version of Sympathy is a Knife. I love that song. B2B, I'm a big fan of.
Oh my God, that song's so fucking good.
It's so good.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb and so
It's
perfect.
great.
Good for you, Charlie, for crafting that masterpiece.
Honestly. Not Katy Perry for Album of the Year. It was a very entertaining Grammy show. Those racist people are going full right-wing over Beyonce winning Best Country Album.
Oh, no.
Beyonce was never nominated for CMA. Oh, that sucks for them. Shakira stole the whole show. It is truly wild that Shakira is 48.
She looks so good.
She looks so
good.
Unbelievable. Taylor was getting her life to Not Like Us. She always has a good time at award shows. That's true. As a Spanish speaker, Karla's tweets read even worse in Spanish. Like it translates tamer. Oof. Yeah, Shakira was amazing. I, for one, am glad that Karla is tanking Amelia Perez. I'm Mexican. It made me extremely uncomfortable. The songs were awful, and the director is absolutely disgusting towards us.
The thing with the director is it's kind of like, oh, wow, a French director is a jerk. Like people are so shocked, and it's kind of just like, yeah,
like
that tracks. Yeah. I can't wait for Matt Palmer to see it.
I mean,
I just want to hear his reaction.
I'm scared to see it. I'm very nervous.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's something that you will have thoughts on.
Okay.
Regardless of whether you love it or hate it. It's a movie that you have thoughts on.
How old do y'all think 40 is? No, 48. And that's, I mean, it's not like it's old, but it's like
there's a difference.
She looks like she's 27. Like the body, the face, like gorgeous. Like she's so incredibly fit.
And there are gorgeous 48-year-olds. Let's
absolutely
not get twisted. But she, like, what is she doing?
What's she doing? And like, just like she must work out all the time.
I know. Do I need to work out?
Because the metabolism's going. And for me, I'm 10 years younger.
Is it? You look the same.
I do, yes. But I go to the gym.
Oh, God. Do I have to start going to the gym?
By 48, you will, or you won't look like Shakira.
Oh, well, that's like 30 years from now.
30 minus 20.
Wow. Ariana better win that Oscar, though. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Diana Ross looked amazing. Absolutely. The internet is reading Billy's reaction way differently than I am. Looked like she was crying tears of joy for B, not because she lost. Oh, absolutely. She was crying tears of joy.
Yeah.
Remember that time that she won everything and was so embarrassed by the end of the night? She was thrilled for Beyonce.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, I'm just reading a quote from the Amelia Perez director.
Yeah.
Did he really say that?
He said something like, said something that was translated into that. It's so hard sometimes, though, because like all of these things that these people say are like translated into English.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of just like, is this like actually as bad as it sounds, or is there just like a little bit that's lost in translation?
Someone was saying it's worse in Spanish, actually.
Is it?
That's what someone said.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Jacques, please. I mean, I told you, like, I went to the DGA talkback where I sat through this whole movie and was like, oh, okay, a musical. I want to hear his thoughts on it and everything.
Right.
And me, someone whose dream is to be a part of a movie musical in any capacity.
I know, Angel.
Sat there and said, yeah, actually, I really hate musicals. And I clutched.
Yeah, that was a
arms
tough
of my
moment
chair.
for you. That was a tough
And I was like, Jacques, please.
That was a tough time.
Please.
Beyonce really made history. Oh my God, we made it.
She did.
Billy looks up to Beyonce.
She
Beyonce
fucking
is
did.
the celebrities. It's true. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. And thank you for the 338 of you who decided to stay.
Hey,
That's
guys.
so kind.
How you doing?
I mean,
we're the 2Gay Mats. Is anyone here?
Yeah, if you don't know us, we're the 2Gay Mats.
My voice doesn't usually sound like this.
But some people like it. Some people are saying it's sexy.
What if I'm putting it on for like a role?
He's not. Palmer, did you watch F3? That ending was crazy. Yes, I watched it. I am caught up on Severance. I wonder, will the Cowboy Carter Tour be a world tour? Good question. It's definitely worse in Spanish. I'm a translator in the English language. Isn't enough to convey the ugliness. LMAO.
God.
Oh.
Fernando Torres playing the black made in blackface, so we don't need the Oscars this year. But the thing is, she got ahead of that. She was nominated, and she was like, I just want to say that something happened several years ago that I would like to apologize for.
It was also helpful that, like, I mean, all that Karla stuff happened, like, right after she announced. She's just like, ooh.
She is lucky. Well, the thing is also, like, in other countries doing blackface, like, blackface is bad everywhere.
Yes.
But, like, in America is where we have the history of, like, minstrel shows and everything. So there are people in other countries who they see a white person in blackface and they're just like, yeah, what's so bad about that? Like, and everything. And it's like, well, you don't know, like, the history of it, like, in America,
Not a good thing. Not still. See, you're getting a lot of people who love it. Who love your voice.
Thank you. Today was Shakira's birthday. So it was her birthday.
Happy birthday, Shakira.
Happy birthday. Today's my stepdad's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, I'll say happy birthday on the podcast.
Happy birthday, Mike. Bye, Album of the Year. I wonder if it's going to get like a big boost next week, Cowboy Carter. I hope so.
Critics' Choice Awards next Friday. They're on a Friday? That's weird.
Oh my gosh. Oh, picture of Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo chit-chatting. Okay.
Yeah. See, guys, we can come together.
We really can.
Yeah, Taylor got 0 awards.
Oh, wow.
And Taylor is going to go home and be like, I just need to make a better
I
album.
know. You know she is.
Which is kind of just like, good for you, Taylor.
Tortured Poets was good. It was
Yeah.
you know. It was a freaking Choose Your Own Adventure album, which we like.
Listen, my Tortured Poets Apartment
My playlist is fire.
Phenomenal.
Mine's great. Queen Bee really by me with the concept of reclamation arc with her trilogy. She really deserves it. I'm so happy Taylor didn't win anything. I mean, as a person who has watched their faves sit there and not win anything all night, it's a tough thing to watch.
Sure.
Like that day, I'll never get over 96. I won't.
Have you discussed the interviews being rude to Babyface on the red carpet? You didn't
Excuse me?
You didn't see this?
No.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Rude to Babyface?
Yeah.
How dare anyone be rude?
Should we talk about it on the podcast?
I mean, I need to see a video. Where's the video?
It's so...
Is it long?
No, it's short. It's short.
Where did you see it? Twitter or something?
Yeah. But it's just like, the girls conducting this interview should be embarrassed.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they like, who are you, essentially?
No. They were essentially interviewing him.
Yes.
And then it was two girls.
Yes.
And they were interviewing him. And then they see Chapel Roan in the back and like behind Babyface. And they sort of see Chapel could potentially like skip by them because they're interviewing Babyface. And one of the girls just starts going, Chapel, 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 Chapel. And the other girl's like, oh, Chapel. And Babyface is just like, okay, yeah, you can interview her if you want. And they were just like, sorry. And they took his microphone. I know.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I hate everyone.
I know.
How dare you disrespect? I was just listening to Unbended Knee, which is maybe the best bridge that's ever been written by Babyface.
Yeah.
I was listening to Every Time I Close My Eyes and Our Feelings. There's so much great Babyface shit that I need to find those young ladies. Sit them down.
And it's like, okay, I get why you want to talk to Chapel Roan.
Yes.
And you were afraid you were going to miss her. But like...
That's not how you do that.
Nope.
That's not how you do that.
Nope. This is like, you shouldn't do it to any artist that you're interviewing, but like
Babyface, the man who literally wrote 90% of the hits in the 90s.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
I mean, like, and no shade to Chapel, she could end up becoming like a huge legend and everything, but like,
you never
Chapel
know.
Wishes.
You literally never know
what Babyface did. Okay.
I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Ooh. Happy Palmer was short-lived. I'm still happy, but that is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like, you must, that is your job, you need to know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And Babyface is not just like some random person.
No. Yeah, it was rough.
It's bad. That's bad.
It's bad.
That's bad.
It's just bad.
Okay. Do you want to get back to it?
Sure. Okay. Are we talking about traders at all?
No. Okay. I mean, what even happened, really? Danielle.
I mean, a lot of shit. But like, I we can't get into every. It's just.
No, it's too much.
We'll have a season.
Yeah, we'll recap. Yes. We'll do something for Patreon.
We could do a Chatty Cathy's.
We can do a Chatty Cathy's.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, we're falling apart.
Are you ready? I know we are.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're doing our best.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hello. Still sound the same.
Yes.
My voice has not healed. But Matt Palmer, give the people the ads so I can rest my voice more.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. It means so much to us. And if you really enjoy us, go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating or review. We do only accept 5 stars. If you have any criticism, you've got to keep it to yourself. And if you really enjoy us, go to patreon.com/2gaymats where you can help support us monetarily, which would be great. And you can join our Discord, chit chat with us all the live long day, meet a bunch of friends you haven't met yet, and we also have a new Doechii reaction video that's going to be posted on Tuesday for a couple of her music videos like Nissan Ultima and also Alter Ego with JT, and then her performance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which is unbelievable if you haven't seen it.
Unreal.
So that reaction is coming on Tuesday, and there's a lot of bonus shit up there waiting for you right now.
I love it.
Yeah, so Matt Steele.
Yes.
What section of the podcast are we in?
We are on Email My Heart, and this is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO.
Yes.
So first question says from Ryan, Am I the a-hole?
Okay.
I need your advice about my relationship. My boyfriend and I have been together for a year and a half, and we're in love. Everything's perfect. We're thinking of moving in together, but I have some concerns. First, he snores a lot. It's so bad, especially that it takes me long to fall asleep, and having sleep quality is so important to me, and it does affect my mood and daily life. I'm wondering if it's selfish to want to sometimes sleep in separate rooms. Also, as a social introvert, I get emotionally drained after spending too much time with the same person. Regardless of how much I love the person, I need my alone time to recharge. How do you think I should approach this without hurting his feelings or making him doubt how much I love him? I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I think neither of those sound like you're being an asshole. I think for the second one...
Well, it depends on how you approach it.
It depends on how you approach it, but I don't think like having those emotions...
those needs aren't bad.
Those aren't bad. Like, and I think when you move in with a boyfriend, it's less like, oh, he's coming over and we're on a date and like we have to spend all our time together and give each other all this attention versus we both live here and like, at least with me and Jackson, we both work from home. So it's like, okay, now I'm working, now he's working, we're doing our own things. You're able to create a life that is not like completely overlapping with the person you're living with, even if you're in a relationship with them. And if that is something you'd like to prioritize, I think there's a way to bring that up. Be like, hey, I'm excited to live with you. You probably know this about me since we're together and know each other well enough that we're moving in. I am a person that needs my alone time. So this is like my kind of schedule. We can meet up for dinner and like hang out and like go over our days and like blah, blah, blah. But I don't want you to feel neglected if I am doing some alone time stuff during this time of the day.
It's worded as meet up for dinner.
Meet up for dinner. I'll see you in the living room.
Meet up makes it sound like so like formal.
It's not that formal, but it's just like I'm not,
Yeah, we'll talk at dinner.
Yeah, we'll talk at dinner. I just like I need my alone time and I have work. So
sure.
I think there is a way to build a life that makes sense, even if the person lives with you. And as far as the snoring goes, I don't think it's bad to sleep in separate bedrooms at times, especially like if someone's sick. I love to sleep in a bedroom at that time. I don't want to get Jackson sick when I am sick, but also earplugs.
Also snoring, you can get a CPAP machine.
That's true, but some people just like snore. Like some people don't actually have sleep apnea or something, and they're just snorers. I feel like earplugs do work wonders for a lot of people, especially if you are a sensitive, light sleeper. I'm a heavy sleeper, so I can't super relate. But if I were a light sleeper, I'm with you in that, quality of life is very important to me as far as like getting the amount of sleep that I need. So I would be the first to invest in some earplugs if that were my situation.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I both am a very heavy sleeper. So snoring wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
In fact, I like a little bit of outside noise. Like when I sleep, I'm like, oh, my baby's here. Like he didn't go away. And also, I don't need alone time. I'm fine. I am so into just like, oh yeah, we're doing stuff together. I mean, I'm not like clinging to, someone, but that's not something whenever I'm like dating someone, I've never been like, oh my God, I need to recharge, So I don't necessarily know what that's like. But yeah, but these are the hard conversations that you're going to have. And I guarantee you're going to have harder conversations in the future. So you might as well get these conversations over to begin with, because these are easy compared to the things that you're going to have to talk to your future lifetime partner about.
Right. Because there will be things that you won't be able to foresee that you'll need to be like, oh, we need to handle this head on. So this can just be a good practice round. And the earplugs isn't even much of a conversation, but the like, I need some alone time. I feel like I don't think someone would take that personally either. Like if someone were to come to me with that, I wouldn't be like, oh, how dare you? You don't want to spend every waking moment with me. Like I can't imagine your boyfriend's going to have that reaction, Yeah,
totally.
So yeah, I believe he'll get it.
Yeah. And it might happen naturally.
Yeah.
Like he might be doing his own thing, while you're doing your thing. It might not even need to be a conversation as far as that goes. See what it's like living together and if it is a problem, then you can have a discussion, I feel. Because I feel like naturally people will get into a habit of doing their own thing and naturally have their time to themselves.
Yeah. And then they'll meet up.
They'll meet up for dinner.
Exactly.
As if it's like a date.
Yes.
Okay, so this isn't a question, but Jaleesa emailed us and she had a question about auditioning for
I don't think we were supposed to say who that person was
who
auditioned the last time.
But you know what? She's doing great.
Great. We love that.
But she just wanted to let us know she got cast as Mimi in Rent.
Yay! And congratulations!
So congratulations. I just wanted to give her a shout out.
Yes.
Okay. So this, God, I fuck everything up.
That's all right.
It's fine. So this question comes to us from Lily.
Hey, Lily.
Lily has an Oscars question.
Oh, well, I'm out.
No, you're in.
Oh, I'm in. Okay.
She says, let me start by this email by saying that I am no movie buff, so maybe that is why. But how come I've rarely ever heard of any of the nominees nominated for the Oscars, like ever? It almost feels like these movies come out of nowhere. Yes, it's been a long time since I've been to the movies, but also I feel like I don't even see advertisements anymore saying they will be in theaters. Maybe I just live by a theater that shows limited movies, but I guess are all the movies that are nominated for Oscars widely available for long periods of time? I am not sure if this question makes any sense, but appreciate you trying to answer this question. First of all, no, not all like sort of awards heavy movies are widely available. Like so many of them are just get limited releases, especially, hold on, I'm about to cough. Woo! Because it's getting a little dry.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
I've been talking for an hour. But like, I'm still here. It's a Brazilian movie. It's going to have a very limited release in the United States.
Right.
Things like the Netflix releases that are awards ones, they only play at Netflix specific movie theaters. Like Amelia Perez is available on Netflix, and it only was showing in these special movie theaters that only show Netflix things, which are not, it's not a lot of movie theaters in the grand scope of the country. So a lot of these movies, especially the smaller ones, are a limited release and everything like that. So you aren't going crazy, don't worry. But these other movies, yeah, you probably, if like you're not a huge movie person, and this is the problem with living in an algorithmized world, if you're not a huge like movie person, you haven't been to the movies in a long time, whatever you're doing online, it's not showing you movies that are really coming out unless like it's this one specific movie that deals with your specific interests, you know?
Okay.
And so like even us, like everyone is these days is just so in their own little bubble.
True.
And the reason why I know what movies are, first of all, I know what movies are coming out because I go to the movies and I see the trailers that play beforehand. Like that is very helpful. But also because I follow like people on social media that are into movies, and so they're talking about it, and so the algorithm is showing me like more movie stuff. Oh God. It's fine. And so yeah, I think it's just your algorithm isn't showing you that kind of stuff. It's like, listen, we are music podcasters. We're not specifically music podcasters, but we talk about music a lot.
Yes.
I have never heard the song Tipsy, a bar song. I have never heard it. And it is one of the most successful songs of all time.
That's true.
That came out this year. And I've gone through my year having never heard this song.
Right.
So it's so easy when you're in your own little bubble. Because it's like the music I listen to is the stuff we do for 2Gay Mats, which is, the gayer shit.
Yeah.
And so it's not showing me like Shabuzi unless it's with Beyonce. It's not, like, I remember this. My coworkers were telling me about this Hozier song that was apparently big, maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Too sweet. Yeah.
Is it that? Maybe. And I was like, I've never heard this song. And they're just like, how have you never heard this song? And I'm just like, listen, all you heterosexual guys. Like,
right.
This isn't popping up in my algorithm.
Right. And you're not listening to the radio.
And I'm not listening to the radio. I'm not on TikTok, So it's so easy to be like stuck in your own little bubble sometimes. So, obviously that's not your fault, but, I encourage you, go see something that is kind of fun to do. If you feel like maybe being adventurous, you got nothing to do, go to your movie theater or like go to the website, whatever, see what's playing and just kind of read what they're all about and be like, this is one that I haven't seen any advertisements for, but it looks interesting. The story looks interesting. Let me go and see it, try that out. That's what I did for the movie Once.
Oh, yeah, and you loved Once.
Oh, I loved Once. In 2007, me and my friend Eileen, we just like opened the newspaper because that's how you had to do it back then. And we were just like, let's see the movie that we've never seen any trailers for. And it was this movie Once. And so me and Eileen were like, great. We saw it and it was like a life-changing experience. So give that a whirl. I don't know. And you'll see trailers for new movies that are coming out. You'll especially see trailers for the Oscar contenders starting in like the summer. You'll see those trailers. Right now, all the trailers are for like horror movies because those movies tend to come out February, March, around there. So give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl.
I love that.
And if anything, you'll hear about these movies from us on the podcast.
Right.
You know, because I'll talk about them.
Absolutely will.
You know, ad nauseum.
Do you want another one, or should we go on to...
Oh, no, baby, we're done.
We're done. All right.
We had Zen.
So I guess we should move into Giving Me Moments, where we talk about...
We talk about Beyonce.
Exactly. Some media, what we've taken in this past week that has given us moments. I'll go first because mine, I don't have anything huge this week. I do want to say that... as a person who was just sick for a while, it's nice to feel healthy again. I've been listening to a lot of just like random older music because like we're at a moment where like we weren't listening to something for 2 Gay Mats in the past week or so. So I was like, I'm going to listen to some music from my childhood and things. And I always forget how good the number ones era was for Mariah. Because again, you talk about like, I always go straight from Butterfly to Rainbow because you're thinking, oh, I want full length. But fuck if I Still Believe isn't one of an incredible piece of music. What a vocal performance. Every live performance she did of that song is excellent because it's so easily in her range. Like she didn't, like she's going for it, but it's like she's singing in Brenda K. Starr's key, not in like the key crazy Mariah would have done in 1996 or something, you know? So it's a real joy to remember that. I love the duet version of Whenever You Call with Brian McKnight. When You Believe, of course, excellent. And Sweetheart, I remember so vividly the first time I saw the Sweetheart music video. I was just watching like a block of music videos on MTV and saw a beautiful curly-haired Mariah on the top of a museum. I think it was the Guggenheim or some shit. And she's lying down there in a tube top and a white furry cat, and I'm just like, yes! I jumped on the bed.
She's lying in the white furry cat?
No, the white furry cat's on top of her.
It's clothing.
Yes. It's just right on top of the tube top. So that was really lovely. I loved that a lot. But also another album that came out in that year, My Love Is Your Love by Whitney Houston is excellent.
It's great.
I think as far as like her studio albums go, it is her best. It's Not Right, But It's Okay. Heartbreak Hotel, Until You Come Back. Like My Love Is Your Love title track, which I think is your favorite Whitney Houston song, right?
Whitney song, yeah.
And it's a great one. Wyclef Jean, great songwriter on that song. And then she even does a song that Lauryn Hill wrote, I Was Made to Love Him, I believe, a bonus track on that record. It just is really, really good. And for an artist who like, you know, so a lot of her earlier work, in my opinion, is very like, these are the singles and these are the album tracks. That's the most consistent, like, non-soundtrack Whitney Houston release. And it's a great one. Her voice is still in good shape, even if it's not as like pristine as it was in like, 85 or something.
But sometimes, as we've discovered from this podcast, we like a little grit.
Exactly.
We like a little gravel. We like a little croak.
Exactly. And I wouldn't say croak for Whitney, but there is a little bit more like life on her, you know? And so it's lovely to hear that. I can't recommend My Love Is Your Love enough. It is great. It's an excellent album start to finish. And then lastly, I've said it a million times, we're living in a world in which Beyonce has an album of the year. And like that is going to carry me through for the rest of my days. It's finally happened. And praise be.
Praise be.
Praise fucking be.
Yeah.
Matt Steele,
yes.
What's been giving you moments,
I'm going to add to your Beyonce and raise you a Lady Gaga Abracadabra.
Oh, yes.
Girl, I can't wait to watch that music video again.
I know.
I can't wait to sit here next with Matt Palmer by my side.
Yes.
And watch Abracadabra. Oh, what a music video.
What a song.
But also I saw a movie.
Okay.
It's the new Steven Soderbergh movie called Presence, where it is about a family that moves into a new home, and the home, they sense there's like a presence around and they don't know what it is. They're like, oh, it's a ghost of some kind. And it turns out that the movie is told through the point of view, like the eyes of the presence.
Oh.
So it's just eerily like following this family around, and you're learning about this family through the eyes of the actual ghost that is haunting them. And the camera work is so interesting. I know it's all Steven Soderbergh just with a camera running around chasing like Lucy Liu, who plays the mother, and like these two kids, you know, Lucy Liu plays this very like cold mother who's very businesslike, and she just adores her athlete son, who's like an all-star, and her daughter is is a little, rough around the edges. And her daughter recently has a friend who passed away of an overdose. And so she's been struggling and having a really hard time. And the father is like desperately trying to get the mother and the brother to like show more grace to the daughter who just experienced this horrible trauma, and just trying to encourage the brother to stick up for his sister.
Okay.
There is a twist at the end that is fascinating.
Okay. Good. Fascinating?
Yes.
Okay.
Like very, very interesting. A little confusing.
Okay. Okay.
But I guess I won't spoil on the Two Gay Mats podcast.
Sure.
I can explain it to you off camera.
I can't wait to hear about it.
But yeah, it's something that where you're kind of just like, wait, does this make sense? and you wrap your head around it, and there's like a few minutes. It's like you bounce back and forth. There's some moments where you're like, oh yes, this makes complete sense.
Great.
Oh my god. And some moments where you're just like, wait a minute, I lost it. I lost the logic in here again. Wait, let me go back. It's like it's such a fascinating twist. Definitely a movie like worth seeing. It's really short. It's only an hour and 25 minutes.
Nice.
But really, I mean, Steven Soderbergh is just such an interesting director because he like never makes the same style of movie twice. Like he's like Beyonce. He's like
very Beyonce.
He's constantly doing such new, different things, different genres, playing with like tone in such different ways. Like no two of his movies look or feel the same, and I think that's incredible. And yeah, so check it out. Now is the time when like all the horror movies are coming out.
And what's it called? Excuse me?
It's called Presence.
Presence. Okay.
Yes.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the podcast this week. And I'm so glad we all can live in a world together in which Beyonce has an album of the year.
It's a great world.
It's a great world, and we're happy to be living in it. Thank you so much for listening and or watching the podcast. We'll be back next week with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Cute.
Good job, everyone.
Sorry, who's that? Who's who?
Sorry,
the presence?
Presence?
I don't think we can tell you who the presence is. It's a secret.
Unless you want me to spoil
Ooh,
it.
not a spoiler. Not a spoiler. Oh, guys. What a day.
It's a day.
What a lovely day this has been.
It was a good day.
I just, it's a day I'm going to remember. I watched Sing Sing recently. It was excellent. Yes, Christian. I loved Sing Sing. I meant to watch Anora or A Real Pain and did not get around to either of them.
Well, what the fuck?
This week I will.
You will.
Which one do you think I'm going to like more?
I don't know. I think Anora.
Anora.
I think you'll enjoy. I think Anora, you'll be like, this was fun.
Okay.
And A Real Pain, I think you'll like, but there's more of the charm of A Real Pain is kind of like the simplicity of it. Okay. Whereas like Anora is very like, so.
All right.
I think you'll like both.
I'm excited. I love the Ocean's 11 movies.
Cool.
Congratulations to Beyonce once again. Can't sleep. I mean, how could you sleep now? Well, it's all relative.
It's all relative, as they say.
I do need Trader's commentary. Anora over A Real Pain, Palmer. Okay. I mean, I don't even know what was this? Oh, they were fighting at the round table, Carolyn and Danielle. I mean, the thing is, it's such a mess. It's just such a mess.
And we are so blessed. We are so
I want
blessed.
Rob out so badly. I want him out. And the fact that Wes couldn't just not be an asshole for 5 minutes. Like, of course all these girls are going to vote against you. We're like, vote for me and I'm coming for you. It's like, what is that?
Yeah, I know.
It just is crazy.
I know. We were so close to getting Rob
I want Rob out.
And Danielle was just like, let me just take a shot in the dark and just miss.
Oof, and she missed.
Rough. But she was close.
It was close. It was close. I was like, maybe Sierra is going to vote. No, because Wes was too aggressive.
I also thought that maybe something that can't be shown on the actual show of Traitors. I wonder if Danielle knows that people know that Rob is a traitor. And so she knows people are going to get Rob out eventually. So let me start the campaign against Carolyn. So like they can get rid of her quickly too.
It also just sucks because
and I can be the
Danielle had started this whole Carolyn thing, and then she's like, "I'll stop saying your name," and she did. I believe she did.
Yeah.
But like the day before, it was still reverberating.
Your old tweets come back to haunt you.
It's very that.
I did watch Anora. It was scary. How is Anora scary?
I also feel duped. It was classified as rom-com.
It's rom-com-y in the beginning.
Okay, all right.
It's commie throughout. Not commie like communist, commie like comedy.
Which is more likely to win Best Picture, Anora or The Substance?
Anora.
Do you think Honora will win?
No, now I do. It'll either be the Brutalist or Conclave.
Okay.
The thing is, if Conclave wins, it'll win in the most conclave way possible, which is just like, it'll win because scandal. And it's just the nice, safe choice.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a great movie. So, but I actually think the Brutalist could eke it out. But Honora winning would be very exciting. I think it would be a very fun, interesting Best Picture winner.
The Brutalist sure is long.
It's a romantic thriller. I wouldn't call it a thriller. I wouldn't call it a thriller. A thriller to me is just like people die and like there's suspense. I don't know.
Finally caught up on Trader, so I was ready too. But to be bummed for Beyonce Album of the Year, I'm good. I mean, we are going to react to Abracadabra after this. Not live with y'all, but with ourselves. But there'll be a video. I think Honora and Wicked could still win Best Picture. Do you think Wicked could win? Or do you disagree with Euro Chiefs?
I don't know. It would be hard for Wicked to win. I mean, it's still seen as like a PG fantasy, which a lot of voters will unfortunately be like, no. Which, yeah. Watched The Brutalist and was hooked until the end. I was seriously so scared for Honora most of the movie. Oh, she was fine.
I'm only hoping Amelia Paris doesn't win Best Picture. I don't like so much this movie. Can we talk about Kanye's arrival? Wild I Feel So... I mean, I don't really know what was happening, but it seems like they were escorted off the premises, so...
She was naked.
She was naked.
Sorry, when's the Album of the Year reaction post? I think tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow.
It's absolutely a thriller. I'm trying not to spoil, but like but it's like funny violence.
I don't think violence is ever funny, Matt Steele.
It's kind of funny.
Oh?
It's like goofy. Like the little gangster guys are funny. Like they're goofy.
All right, guys. We hate to cut it short, but
we gotta cut it short.
We gotta watch Abracadabra again. Priorities. And I want to see what it is. Again.
Wrap our heads around it.
What a moment.
It was a moment. We love you all.
We love you all. Thank you for being here up so late with us.
We love arguing with all of you.
And we love when good things happen.
We love when good things happen. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Happy Beyonce Day, everybody.